not go on strike now.
So one of the challenges at Africa, there's a lot of poverty and there's a lot of illiteracy.
Let's talk
on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
All right, it's time for contents and trends, and of course, we get to look at what is happening on the internet. Unfortunately, a lot of my voice notes are stored up on a certain place, and I can't access them now because of the glitch we're having. But all the same, we just get to talk about the stories. I love to always bring the stories with the voice notes so you can get to hear and comment. But let's start off with this one, okay? Let's start off with the story that is making the rounds about very dark man being arrested. The story right now is that he has been arrested. Allegedly, he went to the bank, and because his mom was said to have noticed fraudulent activities in her account, he went to a certain bank from where he was said to have been arrested.
More news.
Okay, where he was said to have been arrested. Let's take a break and then we will come right back. Don't go anywhere.
My people, better don't land though. Samari tea and pleasure tea don't show face for Niger. It is fresh, it is new, and it is healthy.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
I'm trying to start up with Very Dark Man and the story behind him being arrested and detained by EFCC, even though I saw a press release by EFCC yesterday making, it clear to general public. I mean, I saw it this morning, making it clear that, yes, indeed, they have Very Dark Man in their custody, right? And that they received reports for which they have the legal rights to arrest him and keep him in detention pending when such investigation is concluded. And right about now, he is ready to go on bail. That's what the EFCC have said. But the story behind his arrest has to do with him going to the bank to investigate his mother's claims on suspicious activities on her own account. So he went to the bank, and it was from the bank that it was said that the bank snitched on him. The bank snitched on him, and that was where EFCC came to arrest him. Right now, people are making some videos mocking that particular bank, and also there's this one that I saw very funny. A so-called or alleged staff of the bank is saying that he is resigning because how can the bank actually go behind Very Dark Man and snitch on him. but he's under custody or in the custody of EFCC as it is right now. And they said he is going to be left on bail very, very soon. Okay, so that's what the story is with the very dark man with regards to him, and EFCC seizing him and taking him under to their custody for investigation, as they have made the public know that he's actually in their custody. It was said that a black mask or black, covering was put on his face when he was in the bank, and they took him from there. I most probably think they were waiting, lying in wait for him to make that move, monitoring his movement. And, for the longest of time, some people have raised allegations about very dark man and what they call, suspicious financial activities. Some have raised allegations and some are said to have written petition. Whether it is with regards to that and the foundation that he's running or not, I'm sure he would have to say that himself. I mean, he's not one person who means his words when it comes to speaking out about issues that concern him and other people, right? Some people don't like it because they feel he meddles too much into personal affairs, and when he has some sort of grouse with you, he uses his platform, So people say, well, if you want to be an activist, remain as an activist and stop dragging people who you have personal grouse with. But hey, we see a lot of that happening, and I don't know if it is even possible to do that. But long and short, he is in the custody of EFCC and may soon be released on bail, like they have made the public to know. People came out some time back, I think that was yesterday, protesting and asking that he should be released. Well, that shows you some sort of influence that he has among some youths who feel he is a voice that is needed at this point in time, where youths are gagged and are stopped from talking. He's one person who seems to be fearless and speaks to the issues just the way they are. Okay, so that's one of the stories trending, as different people, that he has had growls with in the past have come out. Some are hailing and are praising and are saying, well, like Bobrisky, who came out to laugh and was saying he who has laughs last, laughs best. Many people know that he's making indirect reference to the very dark man, because what led to Bobrisky fleeing the country was when very dark man exposed the issue of Bobrisky's arrest and his imprisonment, and how he was actually not in prison, and how some people had to lose their job because he exposed people who were involved in that particular act. So now that Bobrisky, of course, is not in the country, he seems to be laughing, saying that he's having the last laugh. As in, whether it's too early for that, who knows? We'll get to see. I'm sure very dark man is going to address lots and lots of issues when he's released eventually from detention. Now, away from that, we also look or talk about the story of Natasha Akpoti, trending as it is, alongside a very prominent social media figure. Okay, I think I was able to get that on my phone, so maybe I'll just play it for you on my phone, right? And that has to do with Natasha Akpoti and a setting. Okay, I'm trying to get that now. If I have it in my phone, I don't think I have that on my phone. But this lady, okay, came out to address issues with regards to Natasha, and she says, okay, she calls herself Dr. Mbeke. Yes, she calls herself Dr. Mbeke, and she came out to address some issues with Natasha, saying that Natasha actually told her that the Senate president did not harass her sexually, that she paid Obi Ezekwesili and a couple of other people to actually, pressure the Senate president to resign. Now, that has raised a lot of controversy and conversation around that particular allegation that this woman is making, this doctor who said that she even used her connection to the UN, and she went on her social media to raise awareness and actually push for Natasha's case. That is with regards to sexual harassment against the Senate president. But little did she know that Natasha, according to her now, that Natasha was lying against Akpabio. Now, these are the words of this particular Dr. Mbeke, or what's that her name? I hope I'm really getting this thing right. But But she made some damning allegations saying that Natasha told her, babe, all I know is that Senate President did not harass me sexually. I am doing this because I need to get him off that seat. She said she offered her 200 million naira. Now that has spurred and made conversations to start going down as to whether this woman is speaking the truth or she has been bought over. Now, so many of the comments are pointing to the fact that, look, whatever you say against Natasha, Natasha cannot be wrong. Meanwhile, some other people have actually gotten swayed by this story and are saying, well, fear some people. Oh, how can someone lie like that? Making reference to Natasha and those allegations that she made against the Senate president. But, at the end of the day, all these issues coming up with regards to the story of Natasha and Senator Akpabio, no one would ever know the truth until we get to the heart of this matter, until the evidences are presented, until people see, until people hear, and people get to know that this is the truth of the matter. We can never say. All we can do is just speculate. All we can do is say, well, this one said this one said this. And I think it's dragging for too long. It's dragging for too long. By now, we should have seen a glimpse or some sort of light at the end of this dark tunnel, so that everybody goes back to, doing what they know how to do. At the end of the day, it's always he said this, she said that. So what is the truth about the matter? Many people are asking, what actually is the truth about this matter of Natasha Akpoti and Senate President that is talking about Senator Akpabio, Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President. Okay, so that is it. Then apart from that, of course, we've seen instances, not necessarily recently, but I mean, it's a build up in the trend of not just the defection of PDP stalwarts, stakeholders to the APC, but also some of the news that have to do with the merger, the merger between whether it's Atiku Abubakar of this world and El-Rufai, who used to be the governor of Kaduna State, and a Peter Obi element is also being brought into. In fact, one of the stories has it that El-Rufai had to travel all the way, in his search for a Peter Obi of this world, and, even entered into places that is most unexpected of him. So many are speculating what is it going to be like for us in the year 2027, because we're in 2025. Hopefully by May 29th, we're going to see the second year of this anniversary. But hey, that is not what is in the front burner. I think the majority of the conversation right now is on 2027. Who are we going to vote? Whether we want this administration back or whether we don't want him back. Those who are for the administration will say whether people like it or not, whether Nigerians like it or not, this administration would complete its full tenure of 8 years before another person comes in. And some people say, well, we will ensure that we use our votes. Another issue around election also has to do with the PVC, how people should be allowed to vote even without the PVC, which people have raised their different opinions on. So that's the question. Are we even supposed to be talking of a 2027 right now? It's understandable maybe when we get towards the mid of, or once 2026 comes in, you would want to say that's 1 year before the election, right? And then this conversation, but I mean, go all around town now. You're going to see all the billboards. You're going to see all the campaigns already flying around, and people are talking about 2027. So it begs the question: Are we ignoring governance and the needful things for the year 2027? Are we surrendering the fact that, look, we are not going to concentrate, or governance has to suffer because 2027 is of utmost importance? Many people are saying, well, the strategies are very necessary because it's already looking like this administration has to work twice as hard, in order for them to clinch 2027 based on the dynamics or the permutations ongoing right now. Okay? And when it comes to this issue of Rivers State, we have seen the women of Rivers State also in this viral video that has been going around, how the wife of the administrator of Rivers State, which many have asked the question as to why that had to happen, right? She was hailing the woman, my most beautiful, confident woman and all of that. And guess what? The woman was supposed to respond, maybe just respond those political responses that you get. Maybe great Nigerian woman, you just go with her. But guess what the response was? Bring back Sim, bring back Fubara. And then before you know it, all the women just walked out. And at the same time, too, we learned that, the first lady was also there. And the women walked out of the hall. So there has been accusation on the side of the minister, FCT minister, saying that Sim Fubara has paid women and people of River State who actually, or the women especially, who walked out on First Lady Remi Tinubu. It was quite, I don't know, it was shocking to see that video. Remember how our mama and your mama video trended? It was the same thing. The wife of the administrator. Now, many people have also questioned the rationale behind the wife of the sole administrator coming. I mean, in what capacity? You are not elected. Your husband was just asked to preside over the matters of River State, which is many, have issues with, legally speaking, that a sole administrator with a military history and background in a democracy is being appointed to come and preside or take over. So people have not come to terms with that. And then you are now parading yourself in what capacity, as the first lady or what? You're not elected. These are the questions. And then you come hailing the woman. Then we saw that walk out with the, strong message that they passed that they needed Sim Fubara to come back. These are some of the issues and many more that are trending online. But having said that, let's open up the phone lines and get to hear from you. My apologies. Like I said, I had my voice notes to play. Unfortunately, I can't access this because our systems are down. The internet right now is down in the studio and I can't have access to that. But if you want to comment on any of the stories with your thoughts, please share with me. Or you can call me on 0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869 080-999-30137. Contents and trends. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
My name.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you say your name is what?
My name is Adola Victor from Vitalagi.
Okay, Adola Victor, go ahead.
You see, I want us to know that Nigerian politicians cannot be trusted. In fact, I don't trust Nigerian politicians. You see, the issue between the Senate President and Atasha, as a matter of fact, a lot of things are going to be revealed. The things are just unfolding, what? We know the truth. But one thing is sure, at the end of the day, I want us to note to this date that at the end of the day, Atasha is going to beg the Senate President and beg the Senate House of Assembly. Because to me, I don't think she to make that Senate President. She doesn't have it. So I suspect that politics on that one. People are trying to use her, or she's trying to use herself. Because when she was in the house and she was collecting duty appointment, chairman of the system, nobody had them. But when things fall apart, they now try to reduce. You see?
Okay.
Because to me, majority of them are oppressors, short-changers, and life-tellers. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So I was able to get a hand on that woman. Her name is Dr. Sandra Duro, and Professor Mbeki on social media and all of that, who made the claim about Natasha. Let me just play a bit on that voice note so you can hear and also make your comments. This was part of what she said.
Told me bluntly, she said, babe, there was nothing like sexual harassment. I was shocked. So when she now started explaining things to me, in the course of the explanation, she was so relaxed. She was so calm. She opened up a lot of things to me. Our conversation wasn't just one or two, which the security agencies have already verified. And she was bold enough to tell me that she has paid Dr. Obi Ezekwesili. That she recruited Dr. Obi Ezekwesili. That's not a big deal, I can do it. I said, did you tell Dr. Obi that these things are not true? She said, they know. They know. We are women. We can't let these men be doing this to us. We have to fight. Let's just use gender-based whatever. She now said, it didn't happen. I don't have evidence. That was why I sent Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, Mrs. Abiola or Dr. Abiola, and FIDA. You were recruited. That she recruited useful idiots. Women that can speak and be heard. You are now Natasha's useful idiots.
Okay, so you heard Dr. Sandra there making those very strong allegations. Just thought to give you a bit of that. Let's continue with the calls. Hello.
Yes, Swat.
Yes, good afternoon.
Congrats, my mama.
Thank you.
That's the best thing.
Okay.
Number one, let me a little bit on that GT Bank and Very Dark Man thing. I think that most of our banks, they are doing anything they like and they know that there is nobody who really regulates them. I had a GT account and for a long time now, I don't use that account. If you send money to that account, I will just move it. I was just on my own, got a lot. Somebody used my account to subscribe for Netflix. And I was devastated. I went to GT and I said, what happened? And they said, you subscribed. I was still sporting with a friend. I didn't have a house of mine. I didn't have a smart TV. So what am I subscribing Netflix for? Sometimes I will be getting my email was linked to another account of somebody who is in Enugu or so. Possibly my own email account is also connected to the guy's phone. Every transaction that happens in his phone, I will see all of them. You understand? So it is really, really annoying. I don't know the details of what happened between Very Dark Man and GT or the other. So that is a different thing. As for Natasha and the allegation that the lady came out, you know, they are the only ones who know the truth.
Yes, sir.
They are. That's why I know really carry the matter for head. You see that thing that people did when Trinidad Dakolo's wife came out and people shut her down, including women, just because the person involved that was alleged is a pastor. I have vowed for me to put mouth in any woman making an allegation I won't in Nigeria, because it looks like for somebody to open mouth then to tell me that I should leave me, God is going to judge his servant. I don't understand. So the laws of Nigeria can penalize people like me or other people, and then because you claim to be working for God, you can't be touched. But the same person will go to UK or go to US or go to even South Africa here. If they misbehave, they find themselves in jail. Was it not Bushiri that ran out from South Africa? If it's in Nigeria, nobody is going to touch you except those in power. They don't like you. So I'm not interested in Natasha thing because she's a lawyer. She's big enough to handle herself. But when the weak shout, that is when we're supposed to. And Natasha has all the money, all the connection, everything to fight for herself. So I don't need to worry about her.
All right.
Let's wait and see how it concludes.
All right, thank you.
Who knows, this woman now, maybe they also settled that to also paint Natasha black. I don't know.
All right.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.